Hey everybody, so here's another installment. So we've got our 300 milliamp 3 volt power supply plugged in. I had the foresight to write the stats down on all the LEDs. So the amber is 2 volts at 24 milliamps. The blue is 3 to 3.4 volts at 24. And the white is 3 to 3.2 volts at 24. So this 3 volt may not be powerful enough to actually fire these. We'll find out in a few minutes. If not, then I'm going to step up to that 4.5 volt at 300 milliamps, was it? In which case we'll have to do some more resistors. So wire strippers are definitely one of the most useful tools you can have. And once you actually strip the wire, you want to twist it up so it's a nice fine line like this. In some cases there will be some fabric in there. It's sort of a plastic. Just get your everyday standard lighter and get rid of that stuff. And once it's cooled down a second later, spin the wire into a nice twist. So theoretically, I should be able to touch these leads to either the white or the blue, and they should fire up or not fire up. So one of the other things I'll mention about the LEDs before I start is that you can see these are white, these are blue, and these are amber. You see any difference? Me neither, not really. You gotta trust what's written on the package, and pretty much it's always true. I got these off of eBay from a seller in China. Search 100 pack LEDs and you will find that you get 100 for about 10 bucks shipped, and often they'll throw free resistors in for whatever power supply you tell them. So it's an exceptional deal. If you go to a local store such as Radio Shack, you're going to pay like $3 to $4 for each LED. So do the math there, because even if you get burned on a full 100 of these, you've still only spent as much money as 2 LEDs at Radio Shack. So definitely a cost benefit right there going on. So the thing I was going to mention about LEDs is you'll notice that one leg is shorter or longer than the other. The longer one is almost always the negative, and just to make it easier for me to see from a distance, I always bend the negative off to the side. It's just a habit. Whatever you do to differentiate them, go for it. Not everybody does that, but lots of folks do. And now we're going to guess which power lead is which. So let's actually get this arm out here. Gator clips here are always useful things. And definitely don't cross the streams there. So I'm guessing this white one here is positive. And I'm wrong. Or I'm right and the juice is too low to power this up. So let me do that facing the camera and make sure it's actually in shot, which it is. So I am going to say that this is more than 3 volts to light. Let's check another one. Not the blue. We'll put that back with the white. So this one is 2 volts, so it should light up real nice and easy. So white for positive. Interesting. So this is definitely plugged in. It's not lighting up, but it should. So let's try one of... We got a spark here? No, the power supply could actually be bad. Let's check one more light here, and then we'll try a different power supply. No. Okay, so it was in fact a dead power supply, much to my surprise. So my camera battery is dying, so I want to cover a couple things real quick here. Resistors. So I've got these here, a few of them. I don't know what the ratings are, and I'll show you how to read them. And then I got a pile over here, which I do know the ratings of. So let me show you the ratings guide. There are charts around, you can find these on the net. The resistors have little markings on them that tell you the colors. So in this case, we've got brown, orange, and gold. So we go to brown, which is 1 times orange, which is 1,000. So this is a 1000K resistor, and it's gold at the end, which means its accuracy is plus or minus 5%. If it didn't have anything, it would be plus or minus 20%, so that would be 800 to 1200. So it's pretty easy to read. How to know which resistor to use? It's probably one of these equations here. I have no idea. Basically, I just try different resistors until I get the light level I like. So let's do that. So this new replacement power supply is the 4.5 volt. These blue LEDs light up at 3 to 3.4, so this is more juice than this LED needs, which means if I don't put a resistor on, it will eventually burn out. It'll burn very bright and die. So there we go. Let's see if I can get that to go straight in the camera. Pretty bright. Definitely hurts the eyes looking at it directly. So if I leave it like this for a while, maybe half hour, maybe an hour, either way this thing is going to die, lose brightness, and then that's that. If I take this amber LED, and why not, let's do it. This fires at 2.2 volts, so that means that this power supply is twice as much as it needs, and I expect it should light up and pop. Nope, didn't even do that. Got a little flare. This LED is dead. It will never light up again. Sometimes they'll actually fizzle, sometimes they'll smoke. What I do when one dies is kind of twist up the legs like this so I know it's bad and throw it away. At 10 cents each, I don't mind risking one. If I paid $2 or $3 for each, I'd be pretty pissed off right now. So I'll just grab another one out of here, and we will need to resistor that one definitely. So basically for this, I'm going to go with higher resistors than I necessarily need and work my way back to a light level I like. Oftentimes what I'll do then is actually let them run for 4 or 5 hours, see how that looks. If it's still alive, then I'm pretty sure that it's going to live forever. So here's the unresisted blue LED. Let's throw this 1000K on there. And here we go. It does not matter whether you put the resistor on the positive or the negative. However, you should always be consistent. I always put mine on the positive for that consistency. So now you can see that's a heck of a lot dimmer. And which means if you're underpowering it, it's going to live a lot longer than its normal lifespan. So let's try this with a 500K resistor. I happen to know this because they're pre-labeled. Just wrap this up here. Now eventually this is going to get soldered, but I want to know which resistors I need to put on here. That's a heck of a lot brighter than the 1K, but much dimmer than the unresisted light. So what I'll probably do is let this run for a while. I'll go charge up my camera, post this video to the net, and we'll be working on the next installment later tonight. See ya.